and gentlemen, welcome once again to The Q, No Cell Entertainment's movie review podcast that is training to be the greatest fighter ever known.
Mortal Kombat!
No.
Oh.
We're doing the better one.
Mortal Kombat 2?
Fuck you. Because Mortal Kombat's were nowhere near as good as the best fighting game series of all time, Street Fighter.
What?
Street Fighter's better than Mortal Kombat.
What?
No.
100%.
No.
100%.
Wrong. Alternative facts, and we're only 10 seconds in this podcast.
I was always a bigger fan of Street Fighter than Mortal Kombat.
As a game or the movie?
Yes.
No.
You know why? Because this movie is amazing. This movie proves that video game movies can still not be done right, but can be a hell of a lot of fun. They can be brash, obnoxious,
No.
very loud.
No.
You know what else can be loud?
No.
The voice of a generation, the Onitoshi Jeff Mack.
God damn it.
With me as always, dashing Joseph Lessel.
Sorry, Jeff. I'm a little out of breath today.
Oh, yeah?
I was roller skating down the town of Shadaloo, and a giant army swarmed me, and they took me away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were they wearing blue or red?
Both. It was like I was in between like a war or something.
Okay.
I was just rollerblading, dancing along, and shots were fired.
Dude, you should have been practicing your Hado.
Should have.
By the way, this movie literally proves that everything comes down to red versus blue.
Yeah, it does.
For some reason, that's just what it comes down to.
Even the main characters wear red or blue.
Mm-hmm. And playing for both sides of that army, producer Zed.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, she's a snitch. She probably gives away secrets to both sides. She's probably trying to be a double agent.
Wow. I am a loyalist.
That's not what the Street Kings podcast proved at all. And if you want to go back and listen to that, it's available on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and NoCellEntertainment.com. But tonight, we bring to you the movie Street Fighter. Came out in 1994. This is a movie, I saw it on the shelf at work at the shoot and had to buy it right there and then. Because I grew up loving this movie. Absolutely.
We're wearing blue, bro.
Oh yeah, we're straight up AN Zen.
Black.
You know what she is? Sagat.
Yep.
She's with the thugs trying to sell military weapons to kill women and children.
You gotta look out for yourself, Jeff.
Ooh, that's
No.
what snitches say.
See, that's totally a Ken attitude, and I am totally a Ryu. I believe in doing what's right and finding the best fight. And that's what this movie's all about.
When does Sub-Zero come in play?
In a worst game series and worst movie.
Wrong again.
And don't get me wrong, I like the first Mortal Kombat movie. The second one is shit. But no, I grew up a Street Fighter fan. In my personal collection of what I owned game-wise back in the day when I was growing up, I had Street Fighter II Ultimate Championship Edition. And I sucked at it.
Yeah, you did.
Could not play that game to save my life. The only thing I got away with was spamming E-Honda 100 hand strikes and Bison's cheap-ass slide. And that would piss off my sister to no end.
I was the opposite. I was a Mortal Kombat guy. I had all the Mortal Kombat games. Mm-hmm. I loved the first movie. I saw the second movie in theaters.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that one.
There are also two Street Fighter movies. The second one is abhorrent.
There is a second one?
Yeah.
The Legacy of Chun-Li.
Stars the girl from...
Stars Lana from Smallville.
Lana from Smallville. And it stars Liu Kang from the Mortal Kombat movies.
Yes.
And
so
a white
when
guy.
are we watching that one?
We'll get to that eventually, but I wanted to do this one first because this is, for me, one of my... Again, when I was growing up, I absolutely loved watching the movie any chance I got.
Let me tear it down, Jeff. But I also did the same thing. I loved watching it when I was younger.
And this movie stars Jean-Claude Van Damme as the all-American Colonel Guile, Raul Julia in his last theatrical appearance as M. Bison, which we can get all into how fucked up the names are in the American releases of Street Fighter games later on. And Kylie Minogue is in here as Cammy.
She's still on her locomotion hit.
It's freaking amazing.
Well, I'm gonna bring this up now. I won't tell you what the budget is, but let's say that Capcom wanted Jean-Claude Van Damme to be Guile, so they gave him $8 million of the budget, and $8 million of the budget went to Jean-Claude, and another. I couldn't find it, but I would say another large portion of the budget went to I forgot his name.
Raul Julia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine so.
So yeah, that's why half this cast is. Who are they?
Yeah. By the way, do you know why he did this movie?
Why?
His kids.
Yeah.
His kids wanted him to do the movie.
That's awesome.
And he just had a fucking fun time doing it. So this is also a very good year to do this movie because this is the 30th anniversary of the original Street Fighter. Coming out in arcades in Japan in 1987, August 30th, 1987 to be precise. Though nobody played that game. Everybody remembers Street Fighter 2. If you saw Street Fighter, you would have no idea what game you're looking at. But Street Fighter 2 changed everything for the fighting game community. And that's actually, last year was the 25th anniversary of that. So, it's a good time to do this
different
movie.
between both of them?
When we went from a this like Nintendo-esque. It was actually on the original Nintendo when they ported it over. And it was very humdrum. It had some of the moves, but only had like 3 characters.
Gotcha.
It didn't really stand apart. When you got into the fighting techniques and the characters and everything that went into Street Fighter 2, it changed the game forever for Capcom.
We get it, you're a nerd.
Yes, I am, and I love this movie, but she asked. And it's her fault.
I wanted to know.
Street Fighter 2 became a phenomenon. And if it wasn't for the success of Street Fighter 2 and its vast amount of iterations that came out, that literally there is a new version of Street Fighter 2 coming out this year for the Nintendo Switch. It would have been possible for other games such as Mortal Kombat or Tekken or Virtual Fighter to have the success that they had down the road. And nowadays you're having these giant tournaments like EVO, the fighting game tournaments, that are based around... Street Fighter is still the main event of those.
I could have won it.
EVO?
Yeah.
Daigo would like to disagree.
Whoever that is, I'll kill him.
Daigo is one of the greatest of all time when it comes to playing Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's me, by the way.
Oh, really?
I go by Dio.
Do you go by Daigo?
Yeah.
You feel like a lot less Japanese than I remember.
Don't
even try. Don't even try. We need to get into this movie.
Fine.
So, we got a little of the cast. The director, his name is Stephen E. DeSouza.
Sozo.
Sounds
like a cop on
DeNozo.
NYPD. Yeah.
He directed this.
And that's about it.
And then he wrote a lot of movies. His actually directing credits, he only has 7 directing credits. This is the only one that wasn't for TV. But, would you like me to tell you some of the movies he wrote?
Sure.
Let me give you 3.
Okay.
Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger. 48 Hours. Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. And
Another 48? No?
I might have.
Oh, okay.
How about this one? Die Hard.
God damn it.
The greatest Christmas movie of all time. Die Hard is the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
Yeah.
What, you're gonna go against Die Hard?
No. I'm going to say Die Hard 2.
Ooh.
I know, Die Hard 1.
Die Hard 1's better. Joe.
Yo.
On the paper that you give me to read at the beginning of these shows,
Yep.
you have written down a plot.
There's
a plot?
According to IMDb, yeah.
Okay, let's see if we get to Street Kings level on this one. The plot goeth thusly. Colonel Guile and various other martial heroes fight against the tyranny of dictator M. Bison and his cohorts. What the fuck was that?
A plot synopsis from IMDb.
It's not wrong.
Martial artist would probably be a better one than martial heroes.
Yeah.
And Bison's not really a dictator. He's trying to become a dictator. He's working on it, but he hasn't quite got there yet. This movie came out in 1994, folks. Again, this is 23 years down the road. We're talking about the entire thing, so spoilers abound for this wondrous piece of art. Now, I have watched this movie before. Joe, you've watched this movie before many times.
Many times.
So how many times have you watched this movie before this?
0. Well, I guess technically 1.
Technically
For
one.
the move for
But I'm talking about before we did this.
Yeah, before we did it. 0.
Okay. So this should be a lot of fun.
Never ever have I
It's
ever
like a Dragon Ball
seen it.
Evolution.
I had never even, if I'm being honest,
Yeah.
I'd never even heard of it. So
Well, let's go ahead and get into the movie. And we start with the Universal logo turned into the album artwork for a metal band. Mm-hmm. I want to rock! You want to rock some Street Fighter. Yeah, that's true. Because this movie's amazing. And then we cut to GNT. And their special reports. Crisis in Shadaloo.
Shakaloo.
Not quite, but wait till next week.
Okay.
And live in Shadaloo, which is somewhere around, like Indonesia, Cambodia, Malaysia, somewhere in that area.
kind of.
Kinda. We have a
Should I
report.
look it up on the maps and see if I can find...
I don't think you're going to find Shadaloo, homie.
Wrong, I'll find it.
Okay.
You and your fake news, Jeff. Come on.
Being reported by Chun-Li Zhang. And she reports that AN forces have taken over Shadaloo City after a night of skirmishes and secured the port city in the battle against the army of General M. Bison. Da da da. Who's watching from his headquarters upon his floating podium of awesome. And as they mentioned, the 63 refugee relief workers that were kidnapped the night before, he just happens to be herding them in.
Yep, just leading them to a hole in the ground.
Exactly. Which the first guy jumps into the hole with the Wilhelm scream.
At least someone picked it up.
Oh, yeah. You can't not pick up the Wilhelm. The ransom he has set for these hostages.
I'm sorry, Jeff. The Wilhelm scream. I just watched episode of DBZ Abridged.
The Frieza ship?
Yeah, they're talking like, yeah, he just Wilhelm scream. Like, what do you mean? It sounds like, ooh.
Ah.
And then the guy gets shot and he does it. And he goes, yeah, just like that.
And then he gets
And he
shot.
gets shot. Yeah.
Oh, I love DBZ Abridged. Team 4-Star, if you haven't checked them out, please do. They're amazing. But anyways, the bounty set for getting the refugees home, $20 billion.
I first thought I heard 20 million. I'm like, that's not much.
No, 20 billion with a B.
His awesome powers in it right now.
Yes. Also, they caught 3 soldiers from the AN. They killed the other 12. And Bison's like, okay, you came all the way from around the world to fight me. Here's your chance.
Fight.
And dude runs in and gets his neck snapped. Well, that didn't work out very well.
No,
So-
he didn't even last a second.
Oh, no.
Legit walked into his neck breaking.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it was. He positioned his neck to
He
be
presented
broken.
his
Yeah.
neck and it got snapped.
Excuse me, I'm Bison. Here's my neck. All right,
Thank you.
That hurt my neck.
Back in Shadaloo City, Colonel Guile arrives on the front of a tank, and Chun-Li tries to get an interview. As Bison snaps the second soldier's neck, he turns around to watch the interview because he's a bit of a fan of Guile. And Guile just grabs the mic from Chun-Li after refusing to interview and just starts cutting a promo.
It's a shoot!
It is. He starts shooting on Bison and gives him the full arm flip off while calling him a sick son of a bitch.
Bison!
You sick son of a bitch. On live television, by the way, broadcasting around the world.
It's a different world.
It's a whole new world. It's a new day.
Yes, it is. So Bison has DJ cut in on the feed and starts shooting his own promo. They start a promo off. So this is the Monday Night War Stories available on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and NoSellEntertainment.com.
You listen here, Colonel Guile, brother.
So I wonder what Bison's wife's like.
Oh, I bet you she's a real bitch.
Obviously we're going to try to track him now, right?
Track him, yeah.
Cammy, go track him. So Cammy climbs into the news van. So here's the thing about the news crew. The reporter is Chun-Li. The cameraman is Balrog. And the guy working the equipment in the van is E-fucking-Honda. So she climbs over E-Honda into the van, kicks him out, but they lose the trace before they can find out his exact position.
Well, and of course, Kylie Minogue is a tiny person. Like,
Yes.
Honda is a big dude.
Yes, but Cammy's kicks are fucking impressive. That's
Yes.
half of that's all of Cammy's offense is that freaking twirling flying kick that she does.
My point
pain
here,
in the
though,
ass.
is that she is so tiny that she fit just fine going around E-Honda in that truck.
They wanted to make the joke.
You say she was a good fit for E-Honda?
Yeah. Toyota Honda.
E-Honda, you son of a bitch!
E-Honda, they made the joke that, he's a large man, so he came out of the van, and the van that was on the ground went back to normal.
Oh, yeah.
And then it never happens again while they're driving.
Well, because he's always in the
Later.
van from
He
then
thought he was
on.
in the van.
So, we have our 3 fighters who are now working for a news network for some reason. And Bison, before he cuts the feed, gives Guile a deadline for the money. 72 hours. In 3 days, if you do not have my money, my $20 billion, I'm killing the hostages.
So, people watching this at home, do they see both feeds, or do they see,
I'm hoping they see both feeds, because that would be freaking amazing.
like a split screen, or is it like, oh, here's Guile, oh, there's M. Bison, oh, there's Guile again.
I think they see both because Bison is controlling the television.
Yeah, he's cut the feed. He's hacked the feed. So Guile tells the hostages through the feed to stay calm. We're coming to get you.
Coming for you.
I'm coming for you, Charlie. Stay strong, Charlie. I'm coming for you. Bison's like, I get it. He goes over to the last remaining soldier. Luckily, it's one he hasn't killed yet. And he takes his dog tags. He's like, Carlos Blanca. Ah, Charlie.
Like, seriously, Guile? You gave away your dude.
Yeah, he gave away his best friend.
Guile is the worst best friend of all time. It's, first off, you do the full arm salute to all of America, or the AM, or AN.
AN.
And you're just some rebel radical man, and then you give away your, Charlie, I'm coming for you, Charlie. And you just give away, that somebody on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
You're a bad friend.
But, so he's like, okay, for you, I have a special treat. Send him to the laboratory.
Bum, bum, bum.
So Bison is pretty much the Red Skull.
Yeah, kinda.
They even do the same salute that they do in...
That's hailing Hitler.
Well,
They
no,
kind of do
because
two-handed
they do-
with the...
that's right.
do. Some
Hail
do.
Hydra
Remember,
do
the Hail Hydra was two-handed to get away from it actually being the Nazi salute?
That's right.
This one didn't go from the
It's a
Nazis.
bend and then up.
Yeah, and with a fist.
It still looks like the Hail Hitler.
Or if you're Zangief, with a thumb to the side. So, from there we cut to a nice night of pit fighting. Because, this is the pit fighter movie, right?
One rule about pit fighting, you don't talk about pit fighting.
And here we meet Kin and Ryu.
I'm going to call him Ryu.
You could go either way.
Since everybody calls him that.
Yeah. And they walk in and they're watching a cage fight between Vega and homeless Naito. And it's an electrified cage match. In which Vega wins because homeless Naito electrocutes himself. And this is where I get to bring up kind of a thing.
A thing?
Yes. It's pretty well known in the community of Street Fighter fans. But I figure I should let you in on this.
Okay.
That's not Vega.
Bum, bum, bum.
M. Bison's Vega.
Bum,
What?
bum, bum.
That's actually Balrog.
Bum, bum, bum.
I don't know who.
Balrog, the camera guy? The black guy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's actually M. Bison. So in Japan, it's M. Bison's the boxer, because M. Bison, Mike Tyson. The main villain is Vega, and the Claude fighter is Balrog. But they had to change it in the American release to keep Mike Tyson from suing them, so they switched all three names around.
Bum, bum,
And it's
bum.
basically stuck in the community ever since.
Wow.
So that's a thing.
Hey,
That's a pretty big thing.
so I'm gonna say this now. The actor that played Vega only has like 4 lines in.
Oh,
this
he definitely
entire
gonna talk.
movie.
He's Vega. He's just there to be pretty.
If they hired who they wanted to hire, Fabio,
God damn it.
Would not
They
have
didn't.
worked.
they wanted to hire Fabio for
Way
Vega
too muscular for Vega.
and white,
Yeah, I like Vega better as the way they did this.
not talking.
Spanish pretty boy.
Yeah.
Um,
So Ronaldo.
yeah. So they're here to do business
what?
with.
Ronaldo was Portuguese, first of all?
Same thing.
No.
It would have been close enough for the movie.
Yeah, close.
It would have been better than Fabio.
It would have been better than Fabio.
So here's the thing. They're here to do business with Sagat. And, okay. No. This can't be happening. There is no way that Ryu and Sagat could be in the same room without trying to murder each other.
Why?
So you know the giant scar you see on Sagat's chest in the end of the film and the fact he's losing an eye? That was done by Ryu in the first Street Fighter tournament with the Shoryuken.
Oh.
The dragon uppercut for them.
But they had never met each other before.
That's how it actually happens in the canon of the video games.
Basically, think of this as Dragon Ball Evolution.
This is the one place I get a nitpick with
Yeah,
this.
they don't stick with the games. They just do some of the things to.
Guile's in the military.
Yeah, they have some things.
Sagat's an Underlord.
That's coincidence with the game, but plot. It's just them trying to think. How can we get all these characters in the movie to make it seem accurate?
DJ and Zangief working for Bison. Balrog not working for Bison. Yeah, some of these things just don't quite add up.
So watching this movie, Sagat, the actor that played him, bothered me because I'm like, I've seen you somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And then, boom, Mystery Man. He's the Sphinx. And it blew my mind.
Oh, I'm trying to remember the actor's name. I don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up. But
No, it was bothering me the entire time.
I've seen him. He's in a ton of movies.
Yeah.
If I remember, generally, it's Wes Studi. He was in Last of the Mohicans.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Last of the Mohicans?
Nope.
Oh, fucking great movie. But generally playing Native Americans.
Hey, how are you?
Whoa.
Saying, hey, how are you?
But anyways, great character actor. So, where were we? We got into a weird tangent there. So Sagat, they're doing business with Sagat here, and the trade here is $100,000 for weapons, guns. It's like, okay, so you give us the $100,000 as soon as we're clear. we'll give you a phone call with the location of the guns. And Sagat's like, oh, you mean the ones that were on the pier behind the cannery? Oh, shit. And they bring out the guns, and they go to fire them at Kid and Ryu, and they shoot tennis balls. They were toy guns.
They look like the badass Nerf guns.
Those were badass, yeah.
Yeah.
And because of this, giant fight. As Kid no, better.
Damn it.
Kid and Ryu fight off Sagat's men, including using a proper back throw like they would actually use in the game, which I kind of geeked out over. But the problem is, Sagat's men actually find the real guns, and Kid and Ryu are forced to surrender. Back at Bison HQ, we are introduced to the lab tech, who is Dr. Dalsim. So Dalsim, a yogi in the actual games, is now a scientist. Also not doing...
He becomes a yogi.
He kind of dies, but let's not get too far in the movie yet. And he hates his work being used for evil and bastardized. And Bison's like, I understand, but hey, when I take over the world, I'll get you published. So he has that going for him.
That's all scientists want, apparently.
Oh, get published and tenure. That's all you need. So what they're doing is they're going to turn Blanca into the perfect killing machine. So Dalsim is working on his mind, programming him with evil thoughts and, just be 100% about murder and killing. And then the other doctors are going to work on his body with their giant bags of science juice.
Warning, stay away.
Was like
2 bags of orange and 2 bags of green.
It was like DNA
Yeah.
mutation goo.
Mutagenic.
Yeah.
Hair dye or
solution.
something. Yeah. Stay away.
And like anabolic steroids, I think was the other one. Big bags of science.
Just look like big bags full of Gatorade.
Basically, yes. We go back to the pits where it's time for our next match. As Ryu takes on Vega. Vega is really super popular. Especially with the ladies.
Yes.
He comes into very much a lot of pomp and circumstance. And of course, he's known for fighting with his claw. One metal claw. And a mask to cover his face. So he does not get scratched.
A little bit like Wolverine right there.
A little bit. Also, he takes off the mask. He's actually a pretty attractive dude. He's not no worry about... he's just trying to protect the face because that's his moneymaker.
Yep.
It's like what dashing Joseph Lessel used to be. Someone became undashing. And just became Dasheen.
Dasheen. Yes, sir.
That long hair in a braid. The only thing I didn't like was the snake tattoo.
Well, the snake tattoo. Yeah. Well, they give Ryu a sword, which is really fucking weird because this is not Ryu Hayabusa. This is Ryu from Street Fighter. He doesn't use swords. So he throws it at Vega's head.
That sword also looked really fake.
Oh, yeah, it was fake as shit.
Well, he was just showing off that, he is a karate master. And he will be using his karate to defeat Vega.
Luckily, the crowd agrees on no weapons. And just about as the fight's gonna start, and it looks like fucking Ryu's going for a lariato. Guile busting.
In a tank.
No, that's a mobile missile launcher.
Yeah,
giant, 2 fucking giant nukes on it. And arrest everybody. Back at AN headquarters, the next day, they're having a meeting, Guile and his cronies, to figure out their plans. The waiter comes in, checks out with security, he's pouring water, and then attempts to assassinate Colonel Guile. And Guile whoops his ass.
Doesn't even
mid telling what the plan is, and here comes Karate Jim, and Karate Jim gets taken down, and Guile's like, any questions?
Any other new business? And they check this. You see, he has a tattoo on him, and it's a tattoo of Sagat's gang. Well, the Guile automatically puts 2 and 2 together. Wait, it's assassins from Sagat's gang. That means Sagat runs guns to Bison. And that means he'll know the location of Bison.
Out of nowhere, he just knows the whole
He read the plot.
Yeah, plot convenience. Did he read it from IMDb?
I guess.
Oh, okay.
No, you could have. He got a better plot synopsis.
Yeah.
He read the script.
Did he?
Yes. So he's got to find a way to get somebody into the game. So luckily, they're right outside of kind of a makeshift prison they've set up for everybody who was arrested the night before. And Ken and Ryu start fighting off Sagat's gang, including Vega with a makeshift claw that he somehow made out of bamboo and like kitchen knives.
Probably soap.
Yeah. And they kick their... Ken and Ryu are just kicking ass. And all the time, Guile's getting information about them from T-Hawk.
Quick question about this. Anybody else was a little confused by this scene? Because, okay, Ryu and Ken are kicking all their asses.
Yeah.
Guile's looking down from them, and he goes, "Who are they?" And then T-Hawk goes, "Well, that's Ryu and that's Ken." Boom, paperwork in their hand. Was he just wearing the was he just carrying the paperwork?
Yes. I mean, literally, T-Hawk
time?
is just in this movie for plot convenience and to throw in another Super Street Fighter character.
And just, I gotta say,
which they did a horrible job of casting, because if you remember T-Hawk from the games, he's massive.
And the actor, a total bro.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't remind me of T-Hawk at all.
He reminds me of a bro chum.
Real brocha? A little bit, yeah. So that's going to be our plan. We're going to get them in. And I know just how.
But how?
We'll find out after we go back to Dalsum in the lab. He's just keeping an eye on things. Don't worry about him. And then we head back to an AN refugee center where refugees are being taken care of. And Guile gives Ryu and Ken the tour. And kind of is like, haha, feel depressed, motherfuckers. And now join our side.
Guilts them into working with him.
You've seen those dog commercials on TV? This is worse.
With the arms of an angel, fly away.
Just change the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just changed the channel. But not from this podcast, because it's amazing. So we go back to prison.
Oh, I don't want to go back.
And it seems that now they have a Navy brig that they're going to ship everybody else to. So the prisoners are being let out. This includes Ken, Ryu, Vegas, and Sagat. And Ken and Ryu start fighting because Ryu's pissed off at Ken for getting them into this trouble. And T-Hawk and his men start breaking them up. Well, luckily, during all the kerfuffle, Ryu picked T-Hawk's pocket and got the keys. He unlocks the shackles. Once everybody's in the truck, he unlocks his own shackles and that of Ken's. And then he throws the keys to Sagat and Vega. Once everybody's unlocked and the truck's about to leave, they make their break. They escape out of the truck. They start beating the shit out of the guards. They steal the truck. T-Hawk climbs onto the back, and Ken kicks him off. And in the way of kicking him off, grabs the gun out of the holster. Guile tries to jump in front of a moving truck and blow out the tires, I guess, but gets into a firefight with Ken, who's hanging off the back. It doesn't work out well for him, as Ken plugs him twice in the gut. The truck leaves.
Well, I just like this scene because Guile gets shot, and then it's like slow motion going like, ah! And then it's everyone's reaction like, oh my god. I'm like, he's just a colonel. It's not like Colonel Sanders just died.
I mean, he is in charge of the entire operation.
I don't care.
Also, I love Sagat knowing that Guile is dead, though he's sitting in the back of the truck with no way of seeing what's going on.
Guile's just, Sagat's just watching the back. He's just basically seeing Ken hang off the edge, and Ken shoots, Guile, and Vega's like, yep.
They all just know.
They're cool.
Guys.
Yeah,
They could sense
he
it.
force feels it. As the truck's about to leave,
In the Kai.
yeah,
And the key.
Chun-Li throws a bug onto the truck so they can track it later on.
With an unnecessary front flip.
Hey, that's just how it works, man.
Well, and to be honest, it landed in a very weird spot on the actual tarp.
She could have.
Right in like
She could have just legit put it like just reach out, put it in the side, and call it good. No, she had to do a little cartwheel to make it more noticeable if she just
Distraction.
did something.
Yeah, it was a distraction, Joe. Gosh.
What?
Yeah.
A distraction that she did as a cartwheel out of nowhere?
It wasn't
Just-
a cartwheel, it was a front flip.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She wanted to look cool.
Well,
She's pretty good at doing that.
Well, it didn't look cool.
Yeah, it did.
It did not.
It did too.
It did not.
With this, Guile is pronounced dead. And everyone mourns.
No.
So we go back to Bison headquarters, and he's going over plans for a new building, and everything looks amazing, except for, can you make the food court bigger? All the big brands are going to want to be in here.
There's a little hole somewhere, Jeff, that, if someone shoots something in the middle, it blows it all up.
There are actually 2 thermal exhaust ports.
Oh, okay.
And then the news report comes on the death of Colonel Guile. And DJ, that's very good news, Colonel. And Bison says, no, I mourn. I wanted to beat him in pure, unadulterated combat. As men, as warriors.
As in Mortal Kombat?
No, something better called Street Fighter.
Damn it!
See, he's a man of honor. And then we go into this beautiful monologue by Bison. Why do they still call me a madman? Why do they still call me a terrorist? I want to bring peace to the world. I'm not bringing Blanca to create mayhem and destruction. I'm making him for good. So that all the people in the world may live in peace under the loving grip of Pax Bisonica. I love the fact that he created his own movement called Pax Bisonica. And the speech
So
is brilliant.
fucked up.
It's brilliant though,
Yeah, I mean, it was delivered well.
and it's so well done. It moves Zangief to tears.
He's a big old baby.
Zangief, the Red Tornado is freaking awesome.
You're not bad guy if you're a bad guy.
I am Red Tornado. And also the name of the place that he's building, Bisonopolis. Bisonopolis.
He really likes his own name.
It is bison. That's pretty awesome. So back at AN
Does he
headquarters,
eat bison?
probably it's pretty low in fat. Probably good for really good for you. It's a great beef substitute. And he seems to be a fairly healthy man because he is an amazing fighter. Back at AN HQ, Balrog, Honda, and Chun-Li watch their bug and notice there's some interference coming through. What's this signal? And they notice the signal is coming back to AN headquarters.
There's another tracking device.
So they have to leave. So Balrog and E Honda are going to follow their tracking device and find out where it went. At the same time, Chun-Li is going to infiltrate AN headquarters and try to figure out where the other signal's coming from. And they will meet at the Thieves' Market. So they leave and she infiltrates the building and she follows the second signal into the morgue and finds that the source is a tracking station next to the body of Colonel Guile.
It's a classic morgue scene, in any horror film or any movie that involves a morgue. The main character walks into the morgue, and then there's that one body.
Yeah. And that body also, much like in the other horror movies, isn't actually dead.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, it was all a fake.
It's a trap?
It's a ruse.
It was a ruse.
Elaborate?
Not really, because it's by Guile. And Chun-Li starts to open up on her true motive. She's not here to be a reporter. She's here to murder and Bison.
Basically, it's a long con by Chun-Li.
20-year-long con.
Yeah. God damn. I joined the newscast just to get next to him.
So I can murder his ass. So Guile has her taken away by T-Hawk and Cammy, and as they're about to take her away, she escapes by jumping through a window.
Well,
What a lunatic!
Or
What
no-
a woman.
Yeah, then Guile says some line like, "How did you know?" That's what T-Hawk said. But no, just Cammy and T-Hawk just having taken Chun-Li away. Both holding her by her arms, and all Chun-Li does is a backflip.
It creates
And they're like, "Oh
spin.
shit, we lost her."
She is really fucking good at what she does. And with this, we go to the Thieves Market, or as I call it, Shadaloo Army Surplus. And here we get a shit ton of military jokes. A joke about being the last chopper that left the Saigon Hotel in Vietnam. The Iraqi tank that has 5 speeds, 2 in forward and 3 in reverse. Because the Iraqis were famous for that. Because it was right after the Persian Gulf. And they backtracked a lot. You had to be there.
So you were there, Jeff, right?
I was, and I remember this vividly.
Okay.
You were in Iraq?
No, but I watched it on TV.
The Rock with Nick Cage?
Oh, yes. Many, many, many times.
Hell yeah.
I heard a really good theory about that. Well, let's talk about that later.
Okay.
But anyways, Bison is here with Sagat and his man. Bison's here with his man. They're here to do some business. Ken and Ryu are there. As are Bison, Honda, and Chun-Li, who are performing a magic show. Carnival act for Bison's amusement.
I'm impressed that these news reporters know how to do magic.
Yeah, this actually works really well. Bison and Sagat start talking business. Ryu tries to talk to Ken about, we really lost the way of what Goken taught us. We really need to go back to our roots. But Ken's trying to get laid by Chun-Li.
So he deuces.
Ryu takes off after him.
To be fair, Chun-Li was giving him some major eyes.
There was a reason for that. We'll get to that.
It rhymes with "it's a trap."
It does! We get this really fun part here with Bison and Sagat, where they talk about payment for the weapons. And Bison's like, so here's the thing. I know you like money, but you see, I'm about to take over the world. So if you want, I'll give you some of the country in respect for the money. And Sagat's like, well, you're about to lay waste to everybody and murder everyone. I'm going to go ahead and take my money. There's not going to be that much left to rule. Ryu and chases Ken, who's already in the tent with Chun-Li. And Joe, what was it called?
It rhymes with "it's a trap."
Yeah, they get caught. And they find out that they're working for, they're on the same team, really, and they're trying to kill Bison and Sagat. So, that's cool. Bison tries to pay for his money, or tries to pay for his guns, with Bison dollars.
How much will that be, Jeff?
Well, you see, 1 Bison dollar will be worth 5 British pounds. Or at least that's the price the Bank of England is going to give me once I kidnap the Queen.
Is that Monopoly money?
No,
Pretty
they're
much.
awesome Bison dollars with actually Raul Julia's face on them. They're freaking awesome.
Can
But
probably
you
buy them
couldn't
on
use
eBay.
them on anything else.
No. I mean, up until the time that he actually does take over the world,
Right.
that's probably not going to work very well. So, here's the thing. Sagat's pissed. And we're about to have a battle right here between...
A dance battle?
No, an actual...
A drum battle?
Like shooty, bang, bang, people die battle. Between Bison's men and Sagat's men.
Jazz fingers?
Friggin' Ryu and Ken just walk into the middle of it. Oh, shit. There were spies. What spies? Show me the spies. And at this point, a video starts playing with Chun-Li's voice. She's like, over there! Watch the video! Don't kill us! Watch the video! And we go to a live video feed. The last broadcast of Chun-Li. As her, Balrog, and E-Honda stand outside of the truck and like, haha, Bison! You're about to die. And here's how we're gonna do it. Open up, there's a truck full of dynamite. And they roll the truck towards the fucking tent. And it's like, dude.
You keep looking at the TV and they look up and they see the truck coming. They turn back at the TV, look back at the truck. Zangief, quick, change the channel.
That is so brilliant.
I laugh my ass off every time.
And what's the best part? The delivery of the line, oh no, change the channel. Or the look on everybody else's face was just like,
the fuck?
huh? Anyways, everybody escapes before the explosion because they gave him like 10 minutes. Holy shit, Chun-Li. Shorter timer.
shorter timer and then go away. Like, people just stood there and watched.
Oh yeah, it was looking back and forth. So with this, we cut to an AN satellite feed because they have detected the explosion, obviously, and the TV King is also being caught.
That was quick. Like, you, in the video, it's them going like, all right, here's all your guns. We're going to blow them up with you.
Yeah.
So long, suckers.
They didn't run away.
And then what? They just stayed there and watched?
I guess.
Okay.
They wanted to make sure that everyone blew up.
Instead, they get captured, and Ken and Rio's tracker is the only thing still tracking towards Bison's headquarters. Luckily, though, they make it there, so we know exactly where that is now. Speaking of which, cutting to Bison's headquarters, Ken and Rio are taken in as heroes, as they had saved the life of Bison and Sagat. They will now be part of Bison's army. Vega and Sagat are welcomed as honored guests. Honda and Balrog are sent to the interrogation room.
No.
And Chun-Li is sent to Bison's quarters for a private interview. By the way, there's 12 hours left until the deadline. Back at AN headquarters, the plan... okay, we have a plan. Now that we know where this is and
Jeff?
all the...
Jeff?
Yeah.
The plan is to kill the Batman.
Not quite. It's to kill the Bison.
Can we get back to me when we're going to do that plan of to kill the Batman? Because that's one of my top priorities in life.
To kill the Batman?
Yeah.
And he does kind of suck as a hero, so I would agree with that.
I won't get into
That was a little bit of a troll bait there, actually.
Yeah,
I do like
you
Batman.
tried to troll me, and I say nay.
Wow.
I say, oh my god!
So here's the plan. Everybody's going to attack from the north. Except for one super high-tech stealth boat that's going to attack from the east.
Who's crazy enough to drive that, Jeff?
Luckily, Bison's driven me crazy enough to do this. So yeah, Colonel Guile's going to drive the super sciencey tech boat.
See, my line came from a guy that was ADR'd. Why was
Sonata?
Why was he ADR'd?
I have a reason for that.
Oh, thank God.
It will come in later on.
Okay.
Fine.
By the way, teaser for this, Sonata, invented only for this movie.
Yeah, not in the game.
I mean, I figured most of these people are made up.
No.
Like 98% of these people
The people that actually get speaking lines,
are in the game.
99% are from the game.
Yeah, this guy was not.
Yeah, DJ, T-Hawk, Cammy, Zangief, all in the game. Sagat, Vega, Balrog, E. Honda, Chun-Li, Guile, Bison. They're all in the game.
Dave, Steve,
Charlie,
Blanca, Mike, the Dozer,
I'm gonna punch you.
Doink.
Dalsim, of course.
Yeah.
But anyways,
The Rebecca's, they're all in it. The
So-
Renegade.
no, we're not doing that again.
The jig is up. He's on the run.
So the torture room, to we go. And so Balrog, he's not up first. They're going to go with Honda first. And the Torture Master's like whipping the shit out of Honda. Except for Honda no-sells the shit out of the torture.
Because he's Samoan, Jeff.
No, man. I'm sumo, brother. I can put my mind in one place, my
No.
body in another.
He said he's Samoan.
He said he's sumo.
Sumo.
Sumo?
Sumo.
No.
Yes.
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 Now, the actor is Samoan.
There we go.
With a very recognizable last name for Northwest sports fans.
Is he related to The Rock?
No.
Oh,
Tui Asasopo.
of course.
Oh.
Did he play for Washington?
More than likely. So, yeah, he can just, no-sell the shit out of this.
My body's here. My mind's getting hot dogs.
So the guy leaves, the Torture Master leaves. And, okay, Bison, you're building this brand new metropolis. You're taking over the world. You got some really nice digs here. You might want to spring for newer chains. These look like they were the chains that were left here since, the 10th century.
Well, I don't think that they deal with tough guys.
Yeah, because between Balrog and E-Honda, they easily snap the chains. And with this, we go upstairs. And Kin and Ryu finally get their gis in the proper colors. Kin in the red gi, Ryu in the white.
Still a little tainted because of the M. Bison logo.
Yeah, the Bison patches don't help. Also, where the fuck is Ryu's red headband?
You might get it later, Jeff.
He doesn't.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. Then Zangief gives them the tour. You do well. I meet you later in the commissary. Because he is Russian.
Yes.
Back
And
at
he
AN
wants to be their friend so
he
bad.
does.
He wants to be buddies.
He's a nice guy. Zangief is a nice guy. A nice guy who wrestled grizzly bears in his free time, but that's another thing altogether. The Red Cyclone. He does not mess around.
He's not bad guy.
He's just
Bad
the guy. Back at AN headquarters, the troops gather in the morning for their assault. And this is when the AN Security Council decides to show up and say, yeah, we're going to negotiate, so if you want to call up Bison and try to get an extension, that'd be great. And this leads to Colonel Guile.
Is this his, like, Independence Day thing?
Yes, but first,
speech?
they have the speech with the, because he's back-talking the guy from the Security Council. The guy from the Security Council, Colonel Guile, have you lost your mind? No, but you've lost your balls.
Oh, Jean-Claude.
Hey, you know, this movie is PG-13.
It is for non-stop martial arts action.
Yeah, I forgot to bring that up. And it's like, you already ruined the movie via the, when the rating thing comes up, it's like PG-13 for non-stop martial act. Like, what? Excuse me? There are some dead spots in this movie.
There's a lot of them, to be precise.
It's not all non-stop.
But this is when... Okay, so they give Guile to say, here's the orders to tell your men, and after you give them, consider yourself fired. So Guile gets up, and he gives what I call the "but we can all go home" speech. Because everything is, it's okay, because we can go home.
It's his Independence Day theme
It is.
Speech. Which
Which leads to my second favorite line from the entire movie. And I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison want to be will feel it.
so hard.
So hard.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh, it's so good. It's so fucking good.
Today's his Independence Day, then.
So the assault fleet
Kick
departs
Bison's ass.
so hard.
So hard.
I mean, now I get it when you guys say it all the time.
It's so freaking good.
Ooh.
Which, funny enough, because the next scene after the assault, crafts leave. Because they do. They go off on their assault because everybody... Because he gives them two orders at the end. You can either go home or you can go with me. And everybody, of course, goes with him. He even blows water into the face of the security people.
The AN guys.
The AN guys with his stealth boat. So, with this, we go to Bison's quarters. And Chun-Li, now wearing more traditionally what she wears in the game, tells us her entire backstory on why she's after Bison.
The long con.
20 years ago, when Bison was just a drug runner, they tried to take over her village. They were pushed back by her father and some men. And before he left, he had her father shot from about 1,000 paces. And this is where we get my favorite line of the movie by Bison. For you, the day Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
He went up on a Tuesday?
He did. He's
Going up?
I just love that delivery. It's so fucking badass. It just works so well.
It really helps the character, too, because it cements this evil guy that
Crazy
just wants to take over.
So we cut from here to Kin and Ryu, who are take out the Torture Master, and they go in to free Balrog and Honda. Like, oh, they're really happy to see us. Not so much. As they try, Bison and Honda,
Choke him
Balrog
out.
and Honda try to choke him to death. And eventually they let me go. So now the four are together and they go after Chun-Li. And Chun-Li talks about her journey through journalism and learning martial arts. And Bison's like, oh, you just stand behind your boxer and your sumo. You haven't thrown a punch since you've got here. You're nothing but talk. And with this, she breaks her chain, so now she has the wrist bracelets like she usually does in the game. And starts kicking the shit out of Bison. Literally. Kicking. And kicking. And kicking some more.
He didn't see it coming. He wasn't ready. But if he was, he would have kicked her ass.
The problem is, well, he's also in his loungewear.
Yeah,
his,
too. Not action.
No, his lounge hat.
Yeah, he's got a whole rack of hats, and they all have slightly different colors and themes to them.
Which is actually very accurate to the game, because there was like 4 or 5 different Bison
They're
themes.
all the same colors, red and black.
No, there was one
There's
khaki.
a tan one.
Oh, was there a tan one?
My favorite from back in the day, he actually had like an orange and green, like freaking Miami Hurricanes one. It was the most atrocious thing ever.
Did they have a Canadian tuxedo one?
No, I wish. I think you might be able to get that in Street Fighter V. We'll have to find out. So the problem is, as she's winning very convincingly, in comes the gang: Ken, Ryu, Honda, and Balrog. And that distraction gives enough time for Bison to get into his safe room and gas the room that all of our friends are in, and the gang passes out. Good job, guys. Back at the river, we start our amphibious assault with the stealth boat, which I believe I had a G.I. Joe version of that when I was a little kid. Not the Street Fighter one, but it looked like a toy that I had when I was a little kid. And he starts, shooting out the post where the radar detectors are with his stealth boat. But as he's doing this, he's watching a videotape of him and Blanca on a double date.
Oh my god.
Who's filming this thing?
And why? And I love the cheesy ass music.
Oh, it's so fucking cheesy.
What would you do to save your friend who's been kidnapped by a dictator? It's like, what?
So, all this is happening.
That song on your own. Did you just make up that song on your own?
No, it was in the movie.
It was in the movie.
Was that legit the
No,
song?
fuck no.
No, but it was close to that.
So back
How can you help your friend
Well-
who's in need?
while this is happening, back at Bison's lab, Blanca has now switched to his classic look. Green skin, orange hair.
Zen was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's actual Blanca.
Yeah.
I do not remember that character from Street
Oh,
Fighter.
dude, the electric, he'd always hunch over and do the electric attack, the somersault attack, and he would jump on you and bite your neck.
No, don't remember that.
Dalsim, he's doing his part, as he starts working peaceful images into the cerebral reprogramming of Blanca, trying to make him not a horrible killing machine. Back at the river, that stealth mode segment. When they switched to stealth mode, that is atrocious.
I couldn't see it.
That was horribly done. But
Come on, Jeff, it's 1994. Can you name any other movies that had better graphics?
Jurassic Park.
I think that was 96.
Terminator 2.
Damn. Well played. That was the one I was...
That was you're going for there?
Yeah.
I don't wonder.
No, I think Jurassic Park came out in 94, 93, 94.
Yeah, I want to say it's right around there. And that definitely had better
Better graphics.
graphics.
Oh, yeah.
1993, actually, the year before.
Yeah. Come on.
So
De La Sosa.
here's the problem: they shoot down the first 2 radar network places, and Bison and DJ tells us like, "Oh, Bison, we've lost stations 1 and 2," and he's like, "All right, switch to visual. Now go to sonar. Yep, there they are." Bison has seen through every single one of Guile's tricks.
Well, to be fair, it was a pretty terrible one.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't good. But it doesn't matter because they're still mowing down targets left and right. And I just love it. It's like, they're gonna get here. Bison, of course. That, of course, is used so many times by some of the internet reviewers that I watch, especially Linkara. Uses that all the time when everybody says they're trying to take over the world. Of course. I love it. Bison then gets on his mobile platform of doom and has freaking the controllers, the arcade sticks for Street Fighter, and starts using those to control his stationary defense.
This is where the movie kind of turns for me from being kind of cool so far to like, wow, this is getting really cheesy really fast.
It gets to amazing.
Basically, this whole movie, it's serious, but then every serious scene, they always try to have a comic relief moment.
This one is, so he's using the control panel to release the mines, and Guile finally figures out, oh wait, we're fucked. I think T-Hawk tells him. So they all eject. And right as that happens, he hits all the buttons, all the mines will release, and they blow up the boat.
And none of the button mashing that he does would ever just release these mines.
Oh, I mean, it's all, oh yeah.
He forgot to do the up, down, left, right, you know.
Dude, it's quarter, it's quarter circle high punch. Quarter circle high punch. Unless it's a Guile, then it's hold back for 3 seconds, then forward, and then high punch. That's how you do the Sonic Boom. But no. Then after he blows up the boat and thinks Guile's dead, game over!
I want to say Guile's death count is up to 2.
Yes, it is.
And every time we think he's dead, 2 times.
And then he makes fun of Sagat about because they bring in the gang, and they have them all chained up,
yeah.
and it's like, oh, you would have seen that these guys were part of Guile's scheme, but maybe you couldn't see that. And old Silver is one eye.
If he did the John Cena, you can't see me,
you would have crapped your pants.
I would have crapped my pants.
Again, I'm going back to pointing out that this is just getting cheesier and cheesier.
And this is why I love the film. So, the guards figure out what kind of Dhalsim is up to, and they get into a fight, including Dhalsim getting some of the chemical science juice poured on him. And they accidentally release Blanca,
Bum, bum, bum.
who beats the shit out of the guard. And, hey, Guile and Cammy and T-Hawk are alive.
Yeah.
And they start to infiltrate the ruins that are above Bison's lair. And why the fuck not? Let's throw a little Indiana Jones in on top of the fucking Street Fighter movie. Just for shits and giggles. The deadline hits. And, well, DJ, did I get the money in my Swiss bank account?
No.
No chance.
He had $50 in the Swiss bank account.
Yeah, not the $20 billion he was supposed to have.
But how does he only have $50 and he has all of the stuff?
Well,
He's
this
a
was just
cheap
an
man.
account set up for this.
He's a cheap man.
Just put in the minimum to keep the account open, and then have the other $20 billion put in.
Okay.
So he's like, okay, they've called my bluff. But at this time, Guile has worked his way into the lab, and he finds Blanca. Well, Blanca attacks him, starts choking the shit out of Guile, but he finally gets through. Charlie, it's me, it's William.
How does he recognize him?
It's all in the eyes?
I think it is. I think it's all in the eyes.
He looks... Okay, whatever.
Charlie's kind of finally figured out that he looks like a giant green beast, and Guy's like, "I'll take care of it," and he goes to shoot Blanca and put him out of his misery.
Some friend Guile is. Let's go back for a minute.
Yes.
If I could do a Moadiv of the night, it would have been Guile. You rat out your friend on live television when your enemy is talking to you. You give your friend away.
Yeah.
And then your friend is a creature now.
Yes.
And your go-to is, I'm going to put him down.
Time to die.
My Moadiv. Guile.
But Dhalsim stops him and says, "You have no rights." Bison, he's like, okay, so good news, hostages. Well, you aren't deemed worthy of existing by the AN, so obviously you're not good enough for a firing squad, so I will have you killed by a beast. And with this, he calls forth the incubation chamber of Blanca. And up it comes...
With all the knives coming out of the floor.
Oh, which is so awesome.
It needed a grand entrance.
Sure this isn't Mortal Kombat?
Nope. No, it's not. It's a better movie. And a better video game.
Wrong on all the accounts.
The pod rises and out pops Guile with a flying kick over all of the knives.
50-yard kick.
Yes.
He came out of the, Rey Mysterio springboard.
Yes. And it's way better than anything Rey Mysterio ever did. Rey Mysterio, not Rey Mysterio Jr., not to be confused there. The WCW part was way better. Anyway.
That's right.
Bison, it's like, shoot the hostages, people! But luckily, Guile's able to close the lid on the hostages, putting them back into their in captivity that they're already stuck in, causing another problem later on. The gang of Chun-Li, Honda, Balrog, Ken, and Ryu all free themselves. Then, giant gun battle between the two sides because, Street Fighter, the shooter.
Yeah, for what this game is, there sure was a lot of gun and bigger weapon fighting.
There is, which is really weird. But it's okay, because it gets us to the good parts. Including a square off between two absolute wonderful fighters. E. Honda and Zangief. I love it, because Honda puts the hair up into the top knot. A little bit of blood is rusted around his eyes, giving him the face paint look that he has in the game. His shirt has come down like the outfit that he wears in the game. Basically, everybody's outfits in this movie deteriorate to the point where they look like their game character.
Yeah.
Cammy loses her overshirt, so she has the singlet with the yoga pants, though. In the game, it should just be her bare legs in a singlet, but that's okay. We can live
If
with
it was
that.
Radar, it would have been her legs.
Zangief finally loses a shirt at some point and just has chest hair.
And shorts.
He should have just a pair of trunks and shin hair.
End.
Yeah. T-Hawk puts on his headband.
Oh, T-Hawk, where'd you get the head? What's that headband for? It's for good luck.
You didn't break three of them?
Yeah.
Guile gets down to a tank top. Ken and Ryu finally remove their patches. Balrog is down to a purple tank top with boxing gloves. Chun-Li's it's absolutely perfect. They paid attention to detail here.
Yeah.
And
it
that's
just
what it
sucks
was.
that it's all the way at the end of the movie.
Yeah, well,
Right.
we'll get to that point too. So Bison looks on a monitor and sees Blanca's fighting his own men. It's like, what the hell? And he punches up the cerebral programming, and it's like, oh, it's all peaceful images and Martin Luther King and all the good stuff. Oh, fuck. And then the AN forces arrive, and big military battle ensues.
I gotta say, this movie cuts to the end really quickly.
Here's the thing. The first hour feels rushed as fuck.
Yeah, it does.
And then, because I've been sitting there, I'm writing notes the other last night, and I'm like, holy crap, I've got a lot written down here. We've gone through a lot of this movie. We've got to have, a half hour left? I'm 20 minutes in. And I'm like, holy shit, how long does the third act take?
A while.
Yes, it does. Ken and Ryu are working their way out of the building, and Ken's like, okay, so here's the thing. We got to get the fuck out of here. And Ryu's like, but no, we got to find the hostages and save them. Because we have to fight for something. Because we are warriors of peace and justice. And Ken's like, I am a greedy motherfucker. I want my money. I want out of here.
Yep.
And go their separate ways. Which is actually very true to who their characters are.
I do not remember the Ken guy at all.
As he looks nothing like his actual character from the game, it kind of helps. Ken should have really, kind of like Joe's hair length.
Oh, yeah, the blonde
but
guy.
blonde. Yeah.
Okay, now I know who
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah, Ryu and Kin don't really get casted very well here. Ryu I can forgive.
Yeah.
But Kin does not get casted well at all when it comes to what he looks like.
No, Ken, I didn't like. I really like Ryu.
Yeah, that worked. Though, again, I need the headband.
Ryu was my favorite character in this movie.
Ooh.
Growing up.
Probably my favorite characters in the movie growing up was Bison. Just because I freaking love Real Drew's character.
Yeah,
there.
I liked him too, but like growing up, Ryu was the man because I would play as him in Street Fighter.
Oh, that was me as well. Ryu was my character playing Street Fighter. It still is for a lot part of it. I play more defensive style. Quarter circles more my jam than timing. But
What?
more of my the characters I wish I could play were Zangief, but I cannot get double full circle down. Bison's kind of a cheese character. Sagat, I played a lot of Sagat. His reach was fucking outrageous. Especially in Street Fighter 4, his reach is way too OP. They did fix it, though.
No.
Okay, move on.
Gaming talk. Here on No Cell Entertainment.
Y'all just said a bunch of stuff.
That's my line.
Went.
We'll have to teach you how to play Street Fighter one of these days, then.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at it.
Button mashing.
Hell yeah.
Yes, basically how you do it. Okay. Guile's on this walkway, and he runs into a wall of soldiers from the Bison forces. And he pulls out a knife, and the Bison soldiers start backing off. He's like, yeah, that's right. I'm Guile. You will respect me. Not realizing that the alien forces had reinforcements were behind him.
That was great. It wasn't this forced cheesy
yeah, that's right.
line by Guile.
But then Bison and Guile clear the stage. Everybody leaves, and it's down to Bison and Guile in one-on-one combat. And which starts off with Joe's favorite move. The Guile American flag tattoo uppercut.
If you haven't heard that noise repeatedly throughout this whole podcast, you're missing out because Joe has consistently been doing that.
I'll post one on the Facebook page.
It's
and on the Twitter.
We need to get you a Guile American flag bicep tattoo.
If I could get a tattoo of Jean-Claude Van Damme doing that.
Oh god, bicep tattooception.
Yeah.
I would.
Wah.
I might pay for that. I'm not even gonna lie.
No.
So here's
Come on, Zen, think about it. I'll have Jean-Claude Van Damme on my bicep doing the pose with the American flag on him.
No.
Come on.
Joe, if you can get biceps like him.
I got biceps like him.
Okay, now comes to something we teased earlier in the movie.
Ooh.
And this is about a character named Sonata.
Ba-ba-da-da-da. Shanada.
Sawada, not Sonata. Sonata's the guy from L.I.J.
Ba-ba-da-da. Shanada.
So here's the thing. So Sawada's going through the castle, right? And another lieutenant or somebody speaks to him in Japanese and says they found something weird on the security cameras. And they cut to the security cameras, and
it hit me.
It's Zangief and E Honda fighting through that mock-up of Bisonopolis.
Bisonopolis.
Bison Town, USA.
Bisonopolis.
Bisonopolis. And with the Godzilla sounds over the top.
Oh my god.
The reason Sawada's character is in the movie, I believe, I do not have any facts to back this on, but this is my belief, was legitimately for this one joke.
That is stupid.
Is it wrong?
No.
No, I mean, it was pretty funny. It went on too long, though.
Oh, no, it doesn't. That's one of my favorite scenes of all time.
I mean, it was funny, but it didn't need to go on for much longer. Like, you kind of get it.
I needed 5 minutes of that.
No.
Yeah, if you gave me 5 minutes of Godzilla noise and their action, I I would have been in a.
Also,
been amazing.
The look between the Japanese female soldier and Sawada after they see this, and they're just like,
Shalala.
really?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I felt.
They were there for a Godzilla joke. It's my favorite gag in the movie. But they again, one of the things about this final act is the small things we get here. Balrog's wind-up punch is absolutely perfect.
Let's just say this. Basically, the final end is, hey, we know you like these characters from the video games. We're going to let them do a move or two from the video games. Then you can go, aha, they did it.
Guile's flash kick, that backflip kick.
Yep.
Then Guile sends Bison into a control panel. It electrocutes him, and he dies.
He gone.
He dead.
He gone.
So Guile starts talking to Cammy over this really fucking weird-looking video device.
Yeah.
Good thing we don't have those today.
And, well, what Guile doesn't pay attention to here while this is happening, Bison's suit had life support built into it, and it revives him.
Oh my gosh. This was the worst part.
And then Bison decides to use Thunderbolts. It's super effective. Did I just get a Pokemon joke in there? Yes, I did.
Gotta catch them all.
No cells the shit out of just dying.
Well, yeah, because he got brought back to life with adrenaline.
Was it all a dream?
He would not be moving around that quickly.
No, you know what it is? Round 2. Fights. We cut to DJ, who is GTFOing, and he wipes out the safe because there's a large box of money in there. And he leaves just as Kin gets there, and there's no money for him. But he grabs a statue, and he's looking for a way out on the video board. It's like, no. Hey, look, it's Ryu. Oh, shit. It's Sagat and Vega heading towards Ryu. Ah, son of a bitch.
I like the fact he's trying to yell at, like, Ryu, get out of the way, Ryu!
Through the comm, yeah.
Ryu! Hey, it's Ken! Ryu! And it's like, stop. He's not going to hear you at all.
So, here's a thing about this movie.
Oh, here we go.
So we go back to the fight between Bison and Guile. So, M. Bison has Psycho Wave powers in the game, and that's how he does his Psycho Crusher, which is the flying kind of double punch thing.
So a move that Raiden does.
Well, no, it's a smoother move. It works better, and it's out of a better video game compared to Raiden, who's in an inferior video game. So what they've done here is they've replaced his Psycho Crusher powers with superconductor electromagnetism.
A really long name.
It's what levitates bullet trains from Tokyo to Osaka.
Bison could feel the glow.
It's what levitates my podium, and it's what levitates me. He starts using the Psycho Crusher to just beat the shit out of guys.
Psycho Crusher. Ba 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 ba.
So
crush.
Yeah, we start getting a fight between Vega and Ryu, and then it becomes Sagat and Vega versus Ryu. Until Kid shows up, and then we get to even the odds. And this is where we start doing the happy dance. As Ryu uses a fucking Hadouken on Vega. Then Vega uses that double forward roll stab move, but he misses. Kin then hits Sagat with the Shoryuken to drag it up. Then Ryu declaws Vega and knocks him out with the Tatsumaki Zappuken.
The what?
The Tatsumaki Zappuken.
Basically just a roundhouse.
It's the flying, jumping spin kick.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just say that?
The hurricane kick. Because it's way more fun to say
that
Tatsumaki Zappuken.
He's been wanting to say that all day.
Oh, actually for like a week. Also, it's the proper name for the move. So Bison he's a 1980s wrestling villain.
Yeah.
And he goes to the well one too many times.
He went to the same spot and Bison.
Well, he used the Psycho Crusher, 6 times?
Yeah, don't do the same spot, Bison.
Goes for the 7th. Guile with the spin kick. Never uses the fucking Sonic Boom, though, which is kind of
dumb.
Kind of bad. But he sends M. Bison into a video wall and to what is an explosive ending to this fight. Like, literally, it's a giant explosion.
Are we at the end now?
Not quite.
That was kind of a letdown boss battle. It's like Halo 4. I will give you the Halo 4 details. If you have played Halo 1, 2, 3, you have a mission at the end, okay? You do a mission. You kill people. You drive a warthog off a planet. Something like that.
Ooh, I love that one.
Okay? Let's go Halo 4. You have to hit A, and then Y, and then B, and you beat the guy. Really not that big of
They wait quick time event.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, that's it? That wasn't fun. That's how the movie is here. Ends with kind of like, oh, he hits Bison into a stack of monitors.
Yeah, video wall,
And
yeah.
that's it. Really?
Well, here's the thing.
Come on, man.
They save the hostages.
Okay.
Then E. Honda uses the 100-hand strike on Zangief. But all his friends are splitting, so he's like, dude, gotta bail.
I told Jeff this earlier, but watching this again after, 10 years since the last time I watched it, and I watched it a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
I never realized they did their moves.
I noticed it a lot more this viewing than I had a few years back when I last time I watched it.
Yeah, exactly.
I am actually a lot more pleased with that, and that'll come into my final standings. A lot more pleased with that than I was originally.
Yeah.
So, Zangief is pissed off because his opponent's leaving. You coward! And he sees DJ. He's like, why are you out of uniform? Dude, do you not notice that we're getting our ass kicked? He's like, but the enemies of freedom and justice are at our door. He's like, dude, we were the bad guys. And Bison was an evil dictator. But then why did you do this? Because I got paid a shit ton of money.
You got paid?
I love that.
Zangief is, the funny thing in the movie.
Yeah.
It's like
especially
yeah.
the end.
It's like Zangief here. She's just here.
Zangief.
Wow.
Zangief.
She is Red Cycle.
Red Cycle. Hurricane Cycle.
Guile returns and tries to save Blanca. But there's a lot of explosions going on.
Big bada boom.
We come back to the group trying to save the hostages. Oh no, the blast doors are closing around the place. But luckily Zangief lifts open the blast doors, allowing everybody to escape. DJ has found his own escape route and is joined by Sagat, who survives.
Well, Sagat wants a piece of that cash.
Yes, he does. Dulcim and Blanca decide, you know what? We're going to stay behind because we're abominations to mankind.
Freaks.
We're going to die here. So Guile tries to run away and the fortress goes boom.
Big bada boom.
And Bison's forces surrender and everybody's sad because Guile's dead. Third time.
That's his third time.
DJ and Sagat have escaped across the river and they open the chests. But we go back to our group and Guile surprises everybody by being alive again. Really? You weren't surprised? Come on, guys.
Number 3, right there.
Yeah.
It's like a concussion count for Chris Benoit.
That's the Monday Night War Stories available on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube's, and NoSellEntertainment.com.
How many lives will he get? Or take, one of the two.
Whew. By the way, that big box of money,
Yeah.
Bison dollars.
Monopoly money? Oh,
Of
damn.
course it was.
Oh, that's the comeuppance they get at the end. Chun-Li, back with the group, asked about that interview, by the way. And Guy's like, maybe, if you wear that dress. Because, haha.
Can I have an interview?
Sexy
Maybe,
times.
yeah. Maybe if I plow you while you're interviewing me.
And then,
Freeze frame.
that moment. Now, this is one of the reasons I love this movie as a kid. I'm not even going to lie. So at the very end, everybody from the main group that survives, E Honda, Balrog, Chun-Li, Ryu, Kin, T-Hawk, Cammy, Guile, Zangief, all pose at the very end in their actual victory poses from the video game.
So dumb.
With the Street Fighter logo. Every single time I rented this as a kid, because I rented this a lot as a kid, I paused that scene. And you know what I did last night when I watched this movie? I paused that scene because I fucking love that. I actually need to make that my background on my computer because I fucking love that. It is. Again, it goes to show how much there was a love letter to the fans of the game that they did everybody's actual victory pose properly. It's fucking great.
I'll give it 4 out of 10, Jeff.
The victory pose or the movie?
Victory pose.
I fucking love the victory pose. Zen doesn't seem as much of a fan.
No, it. Like I said already, this movie went from being somewhat entertaining to the cheesiest movie ever.
It's so
Wow.
fucking cheesy. But that's
Okay,
kind of the
it's not
enjoyment.
ever, but it was really cheesy.
Do you not remember Hercules?
Yeah.
Do you remember You Can't Stop the Music?
You can't
Okay,
stop the music.
that's different, Jeff.
Nobody can stop the music.
Difference between cheesy and camp.
But that basically it's a freeze frame of them doing all their victory poses, and then the Street Fighter logo takes up the entire screen, and that's the movie.
Good time had by all here. So, as for the movie itself, this movie, Mr. Lessel, you have given me the number here,
Yep.
had a budget of $35 million.
Let's remember, about 12 of that went to 2 actors.
Yes. Now, domestically, this did $33 million. Just a shade under coming back with its own money. Then there's the foreign box office for this. That did $66 million.
Jeez.
Racking in $99 million. This movie tripled its budget.
In my research, I realized that I found out that
Nearly, I should say nearly tripled its budget.
Jean-Claude Van Damme in 2003 and some of the original cast were all set up to do a sequel.
Oh my god, I would have loved that.
But stalling, and it led to the Chun-Li movie.
Oh, dude, because you could do
Which then they wanted Jean-Claude Van Damme to redo Guile in, but he did not.
Man, you could have done such a great thing with this cast, kept it cheesy, brought in Akuma. Oh, you could have such a good movie. As for its opening week in the box office, this came in third in its opening week. Again, a bit of a difficult box office, though. Number 5 that week in its opening week was Richie Rich, doing only $5 million. Number 4, with $8 million in its third week, was the movie Disclosure. This came in third at $9.5 million in its opening week. Number 2, only getting $200,000 more in its 7th week, though, The Santa Claus.
It's a good movie.
Well, listen, I will just say this. So you can see that at number 2 is The Santa Claus. Mm-hmm. This movie came out in December. Capcom wanted this movie out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So they forced all the actors to do training as soon as possible. Mm-hmm.
This needed a summer release.
They needed some release, but they wanted it out as soon as possible, so they cut it down to PG-13. Mm-hmm. They did everything, and it backfired in America.
Internationally, this did well.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Number 1 in the box office that week in its second week, and running away with the box office at $15 million, was Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, you weren't going to beat that.
Nope.
No.
But here's the thing. It did well-ish in the box office. It did not do so well with the critics. IMDb has this 3.8 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, critics have this at 15% rotten.
Damn.
Audience has this at only 20% rotten.
That's a little shocking.
Yeah, a little bit. So that leaves us, of course, with our 5-star match ranking for Street Fighter. And as always, we start with you, Producer Zen. What is your 5-star match ranking for Street Fighter?
I'm gonna go with 1 star.
Ooh.
I mean, I liked this movie at the beginning, and then it just got so cheesy. It's definitely not one of those movies I'm gonna watch over and over again. It's not my kind of movie.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's fair. It's fair.
But it wasn't complete shit, so it's a 1.
Joe, what's your 5-star match ranking for Street Fighter?
Watching it again as a adult, as it matures, I mature, and I will be giving this a 2.
Okay.
It's difficult for me to give it a 2 because I really liked the movie as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But watching it now, it's just one of those things that you start the movie off, okay, and then boom, we're at the end already. And then I was like, what's the plot to this movie to get to where we're at now? And, you know, what was it, an hour 44, hour 24?
Hour 42 is the entire runtime
Yeah.
with the credits.
And I don't know, just 2. I'm just giving it a 2.
Okay.
I feel bad about it, but it's a 2.
So that leaves me and my 5-star match ranking for Street Fighter. I want to really badly give this 5 stars.
This is your.
I literally
opinion.
own this. We're watching my DVD copy.
You do. And we are. So you can give it as many as you want, bruh.
I'm gonna go 3.5. It's not a great movie.
No.
It's actually kind of shitty.
Last time I think I think it's in the top 10 of worst movies, video game movies.
Video game movies, I could see that. It's actually here's the problem. It's number 7 in the worst video game movies of all time. And it probably makes it 3 in the best video game movies of all time.
Right.
Again, it's not a great movie. It's actually a really shitty movie, probably. But it's a love letter to Street Fighter fans, and I'm a Street Fighter fan. I get joy out of seeing the small pieces here, what they do with the characters, and I'm actually enjoy it now, maybe more on that half than I did the entertainment side when I was a kid. It's just fun for me. I enjoy this movie, and I'll watch it over and over again. I'll never not watch this movie. Just like I will never stop playing the games as long as they don't continuously just put them out on PS4, because fuck that shit. And Street Fighter V is not the greatest business model of all time. But, I love this movie. I'll watch it again, but I can't go above 3.5. Just because the nostalgia and the fandom's there doesn't make it a great movie. So yeah, we have made it through another round of Street Fighter. And of course you can give us all your thoughts on the movie on the Twitter at NoCellENT. We're also on Instagram at NoCellENT, Snapchat NoCellPodcast, Facebook.com/NoCellEntertainment. You can also contact us at NoCellEntertainment.com. All of this on our contact page at NoCellEntertainment.com. You can also follow us individually on the Twitters. Sleepy one?
At Producer Zen.
Got it. It's Zangief.
Zangief. Joe?
Joe Roo, you can call me.
Joe Tonka.
Tonka. Hey, how are you? You can follow me at the Dasheen.
And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at the MacTheMACK for everything quarter circle high punch. You know what that does? Hadouken! Hadouken!
Got you.
You just don't spam the Hadoukens, folks. Use Hadoukens for spacing. Once they try to jump over, either hit them with the Tatsumaki Zappuken or with the Shoryuken.
I don't know what any of that meant, but I do know what you can tell me, and that's what's up next on the queue.
So as for what's up next on the queue, this one became a little topical because
We're in madness.
we're not only in the right before March Madness, we're in the crux of the NBA season. A WrestleMania match seems to have been canceled. Maybe. And one of the participants in this match,
Big Show.
the other,
Kobe.
Shaq.
Kobe, pass me the ball. Kobe.
Hello. My name is Shaq Diesel.
I'm Shaq. Shaq Diesel.
I've been in really shitty movies. And in this one, my name is Steel. That's right, folks. Steel. Based off of my favorite superhero, a character that was a spin-off of one of his comics.
When we're
Steel
telling you that,
is-
we're telling
yeah.
you that next week.
We'll give you the whole background on Steel and how that has to do with another superhero that Joe and I are quite fans of.
Yep.
Really?
Yes. But look forward to that next week on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and NoSellEntertainment.com, where you can rate, subscribe, follow, comment, tell everyone you know about No Sell Entertainment and NoSellEntertainment.com. And with that being said, for Producer Zen, for Dashing Joseph Lessel, for Raul Julia, you were great, man. I am the Onitoshi Jeff Mack. Good night.